Now to that massive walkout. Nearly 50,000 United Auto Workers striking against General Motors this morning. 55 plants all around the country shut down. Alex Perez is in Detroit, where workers have been protesting since early this morning. Good morning, Alex.
Hey, good morning, Robin. The union said there would be a strike if they could not reach a deal by midnight, and that's exactly what happened here. I want you to take a look behind me here. You can see a number of workers already on the picket line here. The union says they're fighting for better wages, better benefits, and their share of the profits. General Motors says they've made a substantial offer that includes 5,400 new jobs and saving two plants that were slated to be shut down. The union says that offer is simply not enough right now. Both sides expected to be back at negotiations later this morning. Cecilia?
Okay, Alex, thanks. Let's bring in our chief economics correspondent, Rebecca Jarvis, for more on this auto worker strike and, of course, those tensions in the Middle East. Let's start with the walkout. A prolonged strike here could really end up hurting both sides.
Well, that's right, because there are costs on both sides of this, Cecilia. For General Motors, this strike costs about $1.3 million every single hour that it takes place. Meantime, the workers who you see walking out on strike are collecting much fewer wages than a typical week. They're now collecting about $250 a week. On average, they collect about $1,200 a week. So you can imagine the pocketbook issues, Cecilia, particularly for those workers who are now on strike and waiting for a deal.
Yeah, those numbers are just staggering.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.
What's extraordinary? All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, because that's where I learned this truth from, through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai. Yahweh is the true name of the God of Israel. Yahweh Shai is what the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, but his one and only true name is Yahweh Shai. And pretty much you can see that the workers that work for a company called General Motors, that they're on strike. Now, these people, according to the video, they was making like $1,200 a week, which, you know, in my eyes, that's like a blessing. You know, that's good enough for me. You know, but obviously these people understand that the companies that they work for, that they're getting way more money and that they feel like they deserve more. Now, when you read Revelation 11:8, you know, the scriptures tell you that America, you know, which is known as Babylon the Great in the Bible, that is spiritually called Egypt and Sodom, which Egypt and Sodom was known for homosexuality. But when you do your research on Egypt, you had people protesting against the Egyptian government, you know, for better wages as well. You know, so when the Lord say, you know, this is spiritual Egypt, you know, the actions that was taking place in Egypt, that's taking place here in America, which is known as Babylon the Great. But I got the article here, and I'm not going to make this video long. It says, UAW workers say GM strikes aims to get back what we've lost. So this is from the Detroit News, right, 24 minutes ago. It says, by 7 a.m. Monday, a nationwide strike at General Motors coal factories had cost Detroit automaker millions in revenue. And United Auto Workers members picket lines didn't expect the strike to end soon. So the people that own General Motors, they're losing, you know, over $1 million an hour, as it's going to tell you in what I'm reading. It says nearly 50,000 GM UAW employees walk off the job at 55 plants around the U.S. So this is seditions amongst the people. And this is people, you know, standing up against, you know, the government as well as these different companies, which is going to cause a shutdown of America. So you already have the trade war that's affecting, you know, America. I got to do more research, but something that just happened today between Donald Trump and Iran concerning a spike in, you know, the cost for oil barrels. You know, all these different things is affecting America. It's going to cause it to shut down. It's going to lead to civil unrest. It's going to lead to martial law. ultimately it's going to lead to the hour of temptation, which involves the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip implant. And if you take it, you're going to be destroyed because there's no repentance for it. So it says at midnight Monday morning to demand a better contract. It cost the Detroit automaker more than $1 million for every hour those plants aren't making anything. So this is affecting these companies. 55 plants across, America. That's harsh. They're losing a lot of money, man. $1 million an hour. So they got to do something about this. Meanwhile, these people, they went from making $1,200 a week to now they only making $200 a week. So this is affecting their families. People got bills, people got kids. You might have a stay-at-home wife where, you the real man. You have to be the provider to your family. You don't work, you don't eat. So this is affecting everybody. Something is going to have to be done about this. It says UAW officials are meeting at 10 a.m. Monday with GM officials to hash out a new plan. So, you can read the rest of this article. That's just the main point. And this is what the Bible talks about, the grinding ceasing. This is Ecclesiastes 12:3, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble. And the people that own General Motors, they're trembling right now because they're losing $1 million an hour. That's why they got to work out a deal. They've been trying to work out a deal since 10 a.m. People have been on strike since 7 a.m. They got to do something about this. 55 plants? Come on, man. That's a lot of money that this company is losing. They can't afford to be losing money like that. We all know how cheap the so-called white man is. When he start losing money and he lose everything, and by the way, the so-called white race, they're known as the biblical Edomites, according to the Bible. All right? When they start losing money, they'll kill their whole family. They'll commit suicide. They can't have that happen, because they're greedy people. And history shows that. So they're trembling right now. So they have to work out a deal. It says, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few. And what this talking about, according to this situation, the 55 plants are closed down because you have people worldwide on strike because they demanding better wages. See, normally, the people that own these companies, they really don't care. But when it's concerning losing $1 million an hour, you all gonna care. You all gonna have to come up with some type of deal, to please these your workers, the grinders. So the grinders is ceasing also because a lot of these businesses is going out of business. That's why you go to a store, say 30% off, 80% off, buy one, get two or one free. They're losing money. They're closing down, just like America. And it says, and those that look out the windows be darkened, and the doors shall be shut in the streets. And that's what's going to happen to a lot of these stores, if not all of them, according to the scriptures. These stores are going to close down because you have something looming, a major false flag attack. It could be an EMP attack. But a lot of these companies are losing, money. They're closing down a lot of their stores, and they said that it's estimated that 12,000 store closures is going to happen in 2019. This is not like some deep, intense research. This is stuff that's on the news. You could just do the research. If you really hastening for your house shine to come back, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ, you would hasten his coming. You would look for the signs that's mentioned in the scriptures. And he shall rise up. Wait, let me read that again. Verse 4, and the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, because a lot of people, they're used to waking up early for work. But the day is going to come when you're not going to have to do that. And that's going to be both good and bad, depending on your situation, depending if you have faith or not. And all the doors of music shall be brought low, referring to these celebrities. Because when this global economic collapse happens, you celebrities, you're going to lose everything. And this also involves, these celebrities dying. Now, this is Jeremiah 51:7, Babylon, because America is known as Babylon, all right, or Babylon the Great, to be more specific. Mystery Babylon, or the virgin daughter of Babylon, which all ties in with the nation of Edom ruling in these last days, which the nation of Edom is the so-called white man's seed, according to the Bible. It says, Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. What wine is that talk about? You got to understand the Bible is speaking metaphorically, speaking in parables, dark sayings. The wine it's talking about is the philosophies that America pushes on all nations. America is the beacon of wickedness, spreading, westernizing people, bringing Christianity, and bringing ultimately, just their way of doing things, which is nothing but wickedness, which goes against a lot of nations' moral codes and traditions and their cultures. And because, women are westernized, that destroys a nation, that destroys civilization. Telling a woman she has power over her body because her body belongs to a man, Telling these women that they're liberated because of feminist movement. What does that lead to? Whoredom. Women walking around having slut walks, being whores. Oh, it's my body. I can do whatever I want. Abortions is at an all-time high. This is just, one of the philosophies that America pushes. And we can't forget about sodomy. America is big on that. Every TV show and every movie you watch, it got at least one sodomite scene in it. Now, I got to use sodomite because I don't want this video to get flagged. But if it happens, so be it. Verse 8, it says, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. This is what we're leading to, the global economic collapse, which is looming. A recession is looming. How for her take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her. Because the Lord, what did the Lord say in 2 Ezra 6 and 9? Esau is the end of the world. So his empire is crumbling. And this is what you people are seeing. The ones of you that's really going to be affected by this is the ones that invested the blood, sweat, and tears into this country, trying to build it up. It says, forsake her, let us go everyone into his own country. So these people, these other nations that come here and they make money, they're going to go back to their country because they're going to realize, wait, the value of the dollar is devaluing. All these stores are closing. We can't make money like how we used to. Let's get the hell out of here. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies, which is talking about the sins of the Edomites, or these people that you see on the sign. So hopefully this was edifying.